to Mr. Tyler Coleman, man of the hour, the man that needs to be here in that seat right now. How are you, sir? Welcome back to the High Button Podcast.
I'm good. Merry Christmas to you, Mark. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's always fun to be back.
Did Santa find you? Did you get what you want? Socks, underwear, essentials?
Yeah. The essentials. That's right. It's always you always get a pair
That's
of
all
socks.
I care about.
Yeah. No, it's funny because that's all you really need anyway. But no, it was a good Christmas. You get time off work. World Juniors going on in the city.
Yeah.
So it's I'm off to the 9th.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's 16 days. So yeah.
No way.
Swear to God.
Well, I'm sorry making you work. I'm sorry I made you come in.
No, well, I mean, the later this tournament goes,
There you
it's
go,
probably going to be a little more sloppier in the mornings. But
Yeah.
no, it's good to be here. It's good to be here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you find it hectic? Like you look at the World Junior schedule and you got so many games. And I know we were just talking. We're going, I might sell this. I might go to this. Do you find it? I'm a little overwhelmed a bit. What about you?
Well, yesterday was my first time doing the afternoon game and the night game, and it's a little bit. You got to pace yourself. That's for sure. Because I mean, you can't start drinking right away in the first game, and then leads into well, I guess I call it lunch, but between games you got to go get something to eat. So I tell you, man. By the end of the game last night, I was feeling it. Like I went home and I went to bed pretty soon afterwards. So yeah, so pacing yourself for the 2 days are going to be a challenge. But it's the more important the games get, the funner it's going to be.
So one thing I learned was the washroom breaks.
Oh, dude.
So I still haven't figured out the solution, but anyone that's been to the game, if you think you're going to the washroom at any point without a line, think again. And my bladder, I got an average size bladder, just like any other gentleman. But
no, once they hit you there's no, you can't. Yeah. They got to do something with that, honest to God.
Well, the other side where the washrooms are downstairs.
That's a joke last night.
But it's way better than the ones upstairs.
The bathrooms are bigger, so
there's,
you go by
there's
quicker.
70 urinals.
Yes, that's right.
Downstairs,
that's right.
Upstairs, there's only maybe 10.
Yeah. No, that's what I did. I kept going downstairs, and then when you walk out, you can buy a beer right there and head back to your seat. Friday night, the pre-tournament game, because of that situation, I missed 3 goals, both Bedard goals, because of going to the bathroom. The lineups were just crazy. So what I was doing is like, okay, I'm going to leave the 5-minute mark. And I mean, every time they scored, it was ridiculous. So yeah, I don't know. That's a challenge in itself.
I've surrendered to the fact that part of my World Junior experience will be in a lineup.
At least there's some characters in that lineup, I will say.
Yeah, and it's a good time to catch up with an old buddy.
Yeah, well, me and you were saying beforehand, like the amount of people you've been running into in 2 days, because the pre-tournament and then the opening day on Boxing Day, it was like, it's crazy. You're just going to keep running into more and more people.
You've been to bigger stadiums and more stadiums than I've been on the NHL, the NFL level. Is the wait for the washroom similar?
I didn't dare go when I was on Buffalo. I didn't dare go to their bathrooms.
Okay.
It's a big old trough. And I mean, when you got a bunch of grown men like stumbling around with their, things out peeing, it's a little hairy situation. I walked in, I seen it. I was like, oh my goodness. And the lineup was pretty big. And Ottawa was a joke too. Because Ottawa is like the Metro Center. The concourse is just too small. So that was a bit. But yeah, downstairs is the play. Because then you're not getting stuck in those lineups in the concourse either, trying to get into those bathrooms. But yeah, they got to try to figure out something there. Like even to let the boys go out in the intermission.
That would be. But then that's the thing. Then everyone runs over to Citadel Hill. And then everyone
just take a beer cup with you outside and just relieve yourself. Like it's. Yeah.
Even getting a beer at intermission, being able to leave.
Well, I was at the Moose game last week, their last home game. There was 7,000, and I was walking around. I was like, man, 10,000 for the World Juniors is going to be an absolute chaos, and it is. But I didn't miss any of the game from going down in the intermission in the downstairs ones, because like I say, the bathrooms are much bigger. Yeah. But it's a nightmare. That's the biggest challenge. Yeah, that's a big challenge too.
It's a real thing.
Because it's only 1 beer period. That's all I can do. Otherwise, I'm just going to be running to the bathroom every.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But what I do, I get 2 beers a period and sip one a period and leave the other one, so I'm not rushing back for the second period or the intermission. My play is, it's not like I'm letting a secret out here, but the play is at the 10-minute mark of every period. Go do what you got to do. Yeah. But unfortunately, that's kind of where all the action happens. So it's
Yeah, and with this many people trying to get out of your row, I feel like kind of a dick leaving. Oh. You know what I mean?
See, I bought the aisle. I'm right on the aisle.
That's such a smart play.
So that's
a huge savings. But I don't know what's going on, but I know at the Moose games, you're not allowed walking up and down the stairs during play. I don't know if that's changed in the World Juniors. But I don't do it. I'll sit and like last night I walked up, I literally sat on the stairs. But people are just coming up.
There's no usher on the upper level.
No, there wasn't. Yeah, I didn't notice one last night either.
So what happens then is the people have to police the usher. But the people have to, like last night, I'm in section 39, but I'm 4 rows up, so I'm right at the stairs. Yes. And you just hear people going, "Hey, asshole, take a couple steps down."
It makes no sense to me. Anybody who's grown up watching hockey or going to games, like you don't go up the aisle during play. Like
it's in your test growing up when you go to school. You know, it's
first grade.
The first grade. There's some rules to be Canadian. Do you walk up a set of stairs during play? Yes or no? You circle no. You get the mark.
And I understand you might not make it up the whole flight. You know, by the time there's between whistles. But at least, I mean, don't go through the row. Like, at least sit down or something, or just stand where you are. But yeah, it was chaos. I couldn't believe that last night.
Yeah,
couldn't believe that.
Let's get off the negative. What are some positives?
Well, I mean, can we get off a negative after?
We're not gonna move. We're gonna go down that road. We gotta make sure the people listened a little bit further in the podcast. We're gonna talk about
time management.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the positives so far that you've experienced within the Scotiabank Center, the city of Halifax, the people. What are some things you go, oh, that's wicked?
Okay, well, I mean, the metal detectors suck. Yeah, I know. I was trying to think of pauses, but let me just get this off. The metal detectors suck because they go off even though there's nothing in your pocket, which is unbelievable. And the lineups outside, they get in now.
Freeze them.
Let's figure that out too. But the atmosphere, like I think we were saying, the atmosphere for the Austria-Sweden game was actually kind of mind-blowing. There had been at least 8,000 people in there. Clearly, everybody was going for Austria. But I was very, very shocked with that turnout at 2:30, on Boxing Day. I was shocked that many people. So I think it's going to be, it's probably going to be like that for most games, regardless of who's playing, right?
Yeah.
But no, the crowd's been pretty cool. I know the Canadian coach talked about that in his little pregame there. We ran into a couple players, seen Gord Miller, outside by Scotia Square, seen Mike Johnson. So it was pretty cool seeing those guys. But I think the further we're going to get into, the better it's going to get. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg right now, right? We've only been to one day. So it's cool. I'll tell you one thing. I was happy seeing Bobby Mack doing the in-house stuff.
Yeah, it's nice.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So and Jill Saunier last night giving up the MVP. So
I saw her last night outside in the lineup.
Oh, okay.
Gave her a quick
She's
hug.
waiting in the lineup, is she?
Well, no, she. So what happened? She just got out of the car.
Oh, I was going to say.
And she was walking, but I didn't. I just gave her a quick hug. I was like, "Hey, Jill, good to see you." But she didn't have like the proper attire on. Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, she's definitely not standing in line." I didn't know she was dropping a puck or anything.
No, it was cool. And she got a nice ovation.
Did she? I didn't get in time to see it.
No, it was at the end of the game.
I left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she gave out the sticks to MVP of the each team and all that stuff. She got a nice ovation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was too. So here's my thought process on everything. You think 10,000 people, I automatically think traffic going home.
Oh yeah, especially that construction.
And when it's 5-2 with 4 minutes left, I'm sorry, Canada, I love you. I'm gonna be with you forever, but it's just not in me.
That's when it sunk into me. Okay, this game, because it's a World Junior game. Like, I mean, nothing's out of reach really. But once the penalty started coming in, there was like the 5-minute mark. I was like, okay, so maybe it might be a good time to leave. But yeah, that construction down there, that traffic's nightmare.
Yeah.
Getting back.
And it's cold.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very cold now. So, no, it's going to be in a very, very exciting couple weeks. I mean, love the goal song.
Yes.
Love the goal song.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited for New Year's Eve game. Like, that's, I guess, when the tournament really gets going. You play the Swedes and you get into the medal round. So, it's going to be good. It's going to be real fun.
I don't know what I think about the team. I don't see a system. I don't see a play other than give it to Bedard and let's hope for the best. There was maybe 4 or 5 steady, solid breakout tape to tape.
Yeah.
Other than those 5 breakouts, there wasn't really too much system. They were playing the trap for a bit, but then they moved to 1-2-2. Then they switched back to 1-3-1 in the neutral zone. There was no attack. And the whole time, I'm thinking, maybe this is why you don't cut the second leading scorer in the CHL.
Dume?
And I'm not a hockey expert. Maybe I am a little bit, not really. But like I said in the past, it's a tournament where you need to produce. You need goals. It's not a stand back, hope for the best, and maybe we'll win on a cup. It's a tournament where you need to score.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm thinking of the second leading scorer in the CHL, and he's not there.
No, and even in the pre-tournament, like the second line had their chances and all that, but the second line really hasn't done a whole lot there with Fantelli and like Stankovic and them. But I know the same thing you said. I thought a lot of it last night was like, okay, give it to Bedard, see what he can create.
That's it.
And if he like the power play, I've never seen. I don't know. He has the puck on his stick the whole power play, which I guess is okay because I mean he is the most skilled player in the tournament. But it's just so predictable, and he's just going to come in and he's going to try the shot. He's going to try the cross seam pass. Yeah, I noticed a lot of that last night. It was either Bedard or bust with that team. Now, I mean, it's the first game. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of nerves and all that stuff.
See, that's what I said. But then they had that preseason game.
The Finland game wasn't the greatest neither.
But couldn't they get the nerves out then? That's the exact same atmosphere as it was yesterday.
I guess it all depends on because, I mean, it's a pre-tournament game. It's like, okay, you know what? We lose. Like, we win, whatever. I mean, the game means nothing. But I don't know. I mean, it's hockey, right? I guess you're just going to have stinkers. And Canada just happened to have theirs on the opening night. Now, if it carries over and it's like, we're struggling against Germany tomorrow night, then maybe, I guess, more concerns can come about. But I guess that's just the beast of playing for Canada and representing your country, right? If you don't play well, there's going to be a lot of heat on you. And then if you play well, you're expected to play well. So good for you.
How much patience does the Halifax crowd have? At what point? At what point do they turn?
Last night was. Last night was almost like a honeymoon thing. It's like, okay, we're super excited. Canada's here. It's the opening night.
Welcome back.
Yeah, right. No one was really getting. I mean, the goalie got a pretty loud ovation when he got pulled though from the crowd. But
was that a sarcastic cheer?
I thought it was a Bronx cheer.
Okay.
I thought it was kind of, unless, I mean, they could have been cheering for Millage coming in. I don't know. I thought it was kind of, because I wanted them pulled at that point, too.
Did you see the trip on the warm-up, the backup goalie that
when
came in and stumbled a little bit?
Yes, I did notice that.
The whole crowd went,
when you heard that.
There's a little shiver in the ring.
Yeah, there was.
And Dudes was looking at his phone, and he's like, what happened? I go, the goalie tripped. And he looks at me, he goes, he didn't trip. I go, he tripped. He goes, he tripped? He tripped. There you go.
And when you watch the World Juniors every year, it's almost like, just please Canadian goaltending, just do your job.
Yeah, Fleury, stay away.
The biggest. Yeah, I saw banking off people's faces. No, I don't know. I don't want to read too much into it. I see on Twitter so many people are so mad. Like, so mad with the Michigans. So mad this team wasn't, like, banging and hitting. I mean, it's just one game. I don't know what to make of it. Tell you the truth, I want to see a little more before I get too upset and I demand my money back from the tournament. But
if you're the head coach of Team Canada, are you keeping the phones away from the kids? Are they not?
Well,
having
they normally
their phones?
do it. I guess. Well, I don't see what's the point of
if they're on
having
Twitter,
them.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I guess you're going to see your parents. I mean, throughout the tournament. I mean, at points and I mean, I don't see like
you have one goal.
What?
You have one goal being there
exactly.
to win.
And
it's
I
not
know,
to make friends.
Yeah, and they normally did take their phones, so I don't know why that all of a sudden would just stop. Now, obviously, I don't think it's a problem. The phones are the problem. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't imagine they have them. But yeah, I mean, I was a little surprised at how many people were truly outraged last night. But like I said, it just comes with the territory of representing your country, especially Canada.
And when it comes to the question of the city of Halifax, how much patience do we have? We're not Toronto. We're not going to throw a jersey on the ice. I don't throw a Canadian jersey on the ice.
Yeah, I don't think you would see this crowd at any. No, I think out of frustration, a bad power play, you might get some boo birds or some stuff like that, or a turnover like the gas. Like, I don't think you would ever see the city just boo the team. I don't think it would ever get to that point. I think it's more like at the end of the day, a lot of people look at they're just junior kids. They gave up their Christmas. They're representing the tournament. So I don't think too many people would necessarily turn that bad. There'd be disappointment. But I don't think too many people would air their frustration like that.
There's some crazy things you hear in the walks.
Oh my
Just like
God.
some people, like I didn't sign up for this. Like, what? Boys look like they're playing a beer league game.
Well, that's
like some of the
best.
things you hear.
Well, you get a kick too out of these guys that are so-called like the experts. You hear them talking so much. Like one guy last night, there was younger guys behind us, and I guess they didn't necessarily know all the rules. And so Buddy goes, "Can you hit the goalie?" And this older fella's sitting behind us, and I mean, this guy's like all night's just been spitting out terrible information to these kids. He goes, yeah, like those lines behind the net, me and the trapezoid. He goes, when the goalie's outside them, he's fair game. It's like, nah, he's not. He's not fair game anywhere on the ice. And the kids were just baffled why the goalie wasn't getting lit up when he was coming out. And it was just, and they thought Bedard was still 16 years old. So I do get a kick out of those guys in the crowd after a couple beers, all of a sudden turned into hockey experts.
And then you got the average shoot. They're at the red line, relax, can't shoot.
Did you hear? You're on the same side of the upper bowl as me, I think.
39.
And I'm 36.
Behind the benches.
Okay, I'm on the other side. Sorry, because there was that incident last night a couple times where shoot.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like give it up, man.
Where like you think Bedard, if he could shoot, he would shoot. He doesn't have a lane to shoot.
I know the kid's a shooter. If he could shoot, he's going to shoot the puck. So just chill out. Yeah. But yeah, I always get a kick out of that. The guys that shoot or skate. I mean, They're trying. Like,
Yeah, they are.
They're skating. They're moving out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there was no execution last night. And another thing I noticed too, which was, I mean, you lose, whatever. But the thing that really blew my mind was they really didn't have much offensive zone time, Canada, last night.
Unless you're Bedard, no.
No, I mean, that third period, they were okay for taking penalties, but they were no offensive zone time, and it was shots on goal ended up being relatively close, all things considering. So, another thing that sucks, no replays. We didn't get a replay.
Instant replay?
No, we got no replay in the building of the offside goal.
On the Jumbotron.
Yeah, so I had no idea. I text my buddy, he goes, this offside? He goes, yeah. And then we got no replay of the Zach Dean hit, because that was a reviewable play and the kid was injured.
Oh, in the corner.
Yeah, so
Which wasn't
I had
that bad of a hit.
No, and I had no idea till this morning.
I didn't realize the CCC. I'm in the washroom.
Oh, you missed that,
I wasn't
did
there
you?
for the hit. I wasn't there for a couple things where like all that reviewable stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is the perfect opportunity because this could be a 5-10 minute delay, and it's in the middle of the play. Everyone's gonna watch. Not everyone's gonna think, let's go to the washroom. But
That's actually a very good call.
But everyone did it. It
Really?
was juice. It was I was one of the first ones in the washroom, so I did my business. I turn around. There's 20 guys behind me, but I get there's no one.
Yeah.
So it's quick, people pick up on the times to go.
Yeah. And then when you go to that one bathroom, you just get the vape smoke coming out of the stalls.
Oh, last night, just people aren't even hiding in the stalls.
No.
Just cigarettes, right in the
No.
kids
Well, I
kids
mean,
everywhere, just people just smoking cigarettes. Right
if you
there.
have a balcony, why can't we go out in the intermission?
Yeah, on where the box office
like
is.
I understand. Okay, they don't let them like just go anywhere, but like, come on, we got a balcony. Like, let's let's do something here.
And what's security gonna do? You can't kick a guy. You can kick a guy out, but have you seen the security guards they have working there? There's not. Yeah, it's pretty much just a cop or bust.
Oh, dude, I get a kick now in your lap. It's like, take your pocket knives back to your car. They will be confiscated.
What?
I mean, who's coming to the game with pocket knives? So one guy said to him, like, hey, pocket knives you got? And he goes, we've confiscated about 25. I was like, no, you didn't. No
Pocket knife.
Yeah, they're yelling a lot before you go to the metal detector. Take out your pocket knives. I felt like saying, like, is the gun okay? Like, well, I don't understand. Like, who's bringing a pocket knife to a game? So I thought that was funny. But yeah, the security at the Metro Center is either super, super strict, or they just don't give a shit.
Like as I say this, Mark, I know you might freak out here, Coleman, you too. I'm not condoning this, but if you don't have tickets and you go past the security, there's another lineup you have to go to show your.
Yeah.
There's nothing from stopping you from just taking a quick left underneath the rope.
Yeah. This isn't an electrical fence or anything like that.
It's just go through the gate and then you're kind of stuck there in limbo. Who do I show my ticket to? And you just kind of.
And once you go under that rope on the concourse, there's so many people that
you're just mixed in with the crowd. Like,
yeah. It's just.
I'm not saying do that, but I'm just saying when it comes to security, maybe
if you want to do it, I mean, there's an option. I mean,
yeah,
you have to.
I'm not
condoning it.
Is that a? If I say that, like, that's not against the law, Mark, is it?
No.
So I can't.
Don't do it.
Yeah, but by me saying it,
No.
there's not like a jail time.
No.
Okay, so I'm
No,
good. Okay.
no. I mean,
Because I got the tournament package.
friendly
I wanna
reminder.
go. Yeah, it's a friendly reminder to not do it.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it.
I heard people last night. I want my money back.
Oh, I heard that too. Well, that's the thing. Like, our section's pretty funny. I hope some of the people in the section are there for the whole. There's some funny. Like, whenever Bedard was out, there was one guy he's like, all right, yeah, here we go. But like every time Bedard went out, he just stood up. Just like got excited. All right, Bedard's out. Here we go. Game's starting. And then when he went off, he's like, put Bedard out. Just Bedard, go, Bedard, go.
Yeah.
Go, Bedard, go. Not go Canada, go.
I'm not. I shouldn't be surprised because I mean the kid's electric, but like just his ovation when they announced him in the starting lineup, like the people down here really, really are like excited to see him play.
Well, he is incredible.
He is, and like the Bedard jerseys, and like you said, the same people behind me, like I'd be double shifting Bedard. Like, why is Bedard coming off?
Put Bedard out.
Yeah, another one was like Bedard should be on the penalty kill. Like, yeah, the people were they just want to see him play. Like, I just want him to have one of those magical games at some point in this tournament.
Yeah.
Preferably the gold medal or semifinal where he just 5-point net or something ridiculous. I've never seen someone shoot like that either. And do you notice how long his stick is?
No, I didn't.
Why? Well, when you go tomorrow night, just even on the Jumbotron, they show any highlights or something.
Yeah.
The kid got a long stick. I don't
It's
know how he
whippy.
has such nice hands. It is. It's very whippy. Very whippy.
Yeah.
No, he's an electric player. Shane Wright's kind of been underwhelming. Not too flashy, I guess. Kind of just a straight line.
I really find that this tournament in the past has not come down, but leadership is a big issue. And I don't know, just being a leader in this magnitude, you really need to be a leader. I saw one thing the other day. It was an obvious hand pass, and it was on right. And as a captain, I don't know. You just kind of go back, put your head down, say, yeah, you're right. And he complained a bit. I didn't like that. If you're the captain, you're the leader, you did a little bit of a hand pass, put your head down, swallow it, move on to the next play. Don't complain to the ref.
Yeah.
I don't know. Leadership, you've played hockey. You know what a leader is.
We'll see how that group responds, because this is
that's what
shocker last night. Those boys are shocked today.
But you're using the right word, group.
Yeah.
I don't think we're all
you
we're,
need
all
that
you and
one
I
or
are
two
doing,
guys too.
You and I are just talking about Bedard and Wright right
Yeah.
now. We're not talking about a group.
That's true. Yeah.
That's
no. And you're so right, because that's almost the mentality they were playing with too last night.
Yeah, Bedard's going to do the Michigan. Let's go.
Yeah.
Highlight. And then 5-2 loss. There's no group. Where's the 2-2 hit? Where's that fourth line guy?
I thought that to myself last night too.
Where are these role players?
Yeah, when it was 5-2, when there was still plenty of time in the second period, because all you have to do is get that one goal in the second period. 2-goal lead coming to third, you get some momentum.
They had a power play going into the second.
And the first thing I thought was because they were hitting in pre-tournament, I thought to myself, why can't we just get that one bit? Now, I guess the Zach Dean thing might have discouraged some guys from going to the corners, and the amount of penalties that they were taking last night. That's the only thing with international hockey, right? So
guys don't know what a penalty is and isn't.
Yeah, the finale trip at there, I think it was the last penalty of the game. I don't know, he didn't stick his foot out, but he just tried to get out of his way and clipped his foot while he was trying to go around him. I thought that was a little cheesy, but yeah, so maybe I guess that might discourage the boys, because when you're down 5-2, you take a couple penalties like we seen last night. There's no way back after that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I was surprised that last night too. I was surprised they weren't banging more in the second period when they were down 5-2, just to get the crowd into it. Just come on, let's get something going here. But there was none of that. That's what makes me think it was just one of those nights the boys just didn't have it.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope.
So do I.
I hope.
So do I. And now, I don't know. I think now you could with the loss face the Americans in the semifinals instead of the Finns if the Americans were to run out or win out.
Yeah.
And my dream match was USA Canada and the gold.
But now that can't happen now.
Well, if the Americans finish first and Canada finishes behind the Swedes, and the quarterfinals, all the winners, the top seeds win, then it would be a Canada-US.
I gotcha.
So, but it's long tournament. Hey, the Moosehead kid there, Batiaska, the captain, scoring against the Finns. So, hey, Finland lost to Switzerland, and Finland's been to just as many gold medals as Canada in the last couple of years. So, it was a crazy day. Crazy day.
Did you notice the ice from up where you're sitting? It looked really no disrespect to Kelly Saunders. Kelly, I love you, but there's a lot of people in there. It's hot.
I think
a lot of skating has been going on. Did you notice the ice at all? A little wet,
Well, at one point, I don't know if the boys that comes out with the shovels forgot snow on the ice, but they came out one point in the first or second period, I can't remember, and they did a little shovel thing, and then the linesman skated down by, where I guess the Moosehead and the Canada net, and he started checking out the ice too. I didn't notice it too much, but that's going to be an issue. And like you said, warm. It was warm during the Canada game last night.
10,000 people.
Yeah, because the first game I thought it was whatever, but the second game I was like, man, it's kind of warm in here. Yeah. So that is going to be and it's not overly cold here compared to what you would
Edmonton.
Yeah, and the rest of the country. I guess
Finland,
warmly
Helsinki. It's cold there.
Well, those boys, I see them walking around downtown. They got their big parkas on when they're walking to their hotel.
Finland.
Yes, Finland or Swedes. Sorry, yes, they had theirs on, and the Czechs had their big parkas on. But yeah, that's a good point, Blanche, because you're playing mostly 2 games a day for what? Next 12, weeks. 13 days. Yeah, so that is those boys are gonna have a challenge down there to keep that ice in shape. And if you're noticing on the first day, I can't imagine it's going to necessarily get better. It's probably just going to progressively get a little worse and worse and worse.
I just noticed that it was spotty.
Yeah.
There was wet spots and then not a wet spot and then kind of a chippy spot. I just noticed spots.
Yeah, and pre-tournament games, this week on the ice too, leading up to the tournament. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and that's a very good point. That could obviously be. I know in Edmonton was a bit of an issue last year because they were playing in summer, so it was already warm as is. So yeah, no, that's a thing to watch out for, especially late in games.
What's the message right now in the room if you're the Canadian coach?
Just relax.
Is it?
I think so. Like I said, you're not gonna win every game. As Canadian fans, we're like, okay, you lose to the Americans, you lose to the Finns, it's almost acceptable. You lose to the Swedes, but then it's like if you lose to other countries, it's almost not acceptable. I think the Czechs kind of lost some of their. They were so good years ago, and now it's kind of like they're not. People don't think of them as a big country, like maybe one of the better countries anymore. No, I think it's relaxed. It's one game. I would have a problem necessarily maybe if they went out and they got dominated But that scoreline doesn't indicate the way the game was played.
So you don't think last night was a domination by Czech Republic?
I don't think it was domination at all. I think the Canadians just didn't play their greatest. I mean, at the end of the day, Canada stays out of the box. I mean, they got 2 goals in a 5-minute power play.
2 goals disallowed.
Yeah, I can't. Well, the Clark goal disallowed too. Well, I guess the Czechs goal disallowed too.
Did they?
Well, it was a penalty on the play, so I guess yeah. But no, I just stay relaxed. Like, just stay focused and just come out and play an actual Canadian style of hockey next game. Come out, lay the body.
Heavy.
Get on a forecheck fire change. Let's maybe cycle the puck and work along the boards and create instead of like everything off the rush. Because, I mean, I don't think that's going to be a recipe for success. It's just everything on the rush. And like you said, rely on Bedard. That's just not, we're better than that. Yeah. We have NHL players that should be out there and, we should be dominating.
One thing I did like is that some of those guys that were making mistakes were very on the Canadian team where they were very novice mistakes, like just mishandling the puck and the skate. And I'm like, I love that because that's nerves.
The mishandling of the puck was very noticeable.
You're just like, okay, that it's not like a mistake you're mad at in the first game because I hate going back to the excuse nerves, but those mistakes don't get made by those players. So when it does happen, you just think, oh,
that's an excellent
that's
point.
a little bit of nerves. That could be fixed.
That's 100% because I thought the worst player on the ice for Canada last night, and he's probably going to be one of their best players, was Zellweger. I thought he was brutal.
Ben loves this guy.
He's such a good skater. He was so good last year at the World Juniors. He's going to be a force. I think he just was probably. I bet you if you asked him, he probably had his worst junior game of his junior career last night. And I think he did. But I think those guys aren't going to continue to be bad. Like his misread on coverage, that goal, right? There's a couple times he just couldn't handle the puck. Turnovers in the neutral zone. The fumbles at the blue line instead of keeping the puck in on the power play. That's not going to continue. He's just too good, right? So I think the returning guys have to, it's a leadership, like I said, they have to really calm the guys down, relax here, let's just refocus. We got 2 games coming up here before we face the Swedes. Let's work out the kinks. But I'd like to see a lot more forecheck and a lot more offensive zone time. Because the rush plays are sweet and all when they work, and you kind of get a boring game like that too. And I think Canada wants more of a flow. I don't think Canada wants the whistle, stoppage, goalie gets the puck, here's another whistle. I think Canada wants to play with more of a flow.
And with the physicality comes the fans. There's
100%.
Definitely points where there was a 3-4 minute lull of
100%.
What is this? What are we doing here?
There's
a minute where I'm not saying anything. I'm like, what?
No one in the building was saying stuff at some point.
And with a heavy forecheck, and we all know, how loud those Scotiabank boards can be.
Oh yeah, with the mics hanging down.
I don't know who installed the mics, but well done. When that eruption happens, the rink just starts to erupt.
Yeah.
And it's an incredible feeling. Even if you're all the way up in Section 39, you could feel it.
Oh, and I mean, especially the way hockey's played now, where you don't get those big hits as often. So it's just even bigger ovation now when there's a bigger hit. It's even more and more. And I mean, I know the game's totally different, but I might be showing those boys some of Jordan Tutu's clean hits in the 2003 World Juniors and showing them the crowd's reaction. And it's like, let's go here, right? Let's get this early and often. Dude, that guy could throw a hit and it'd be louder than a goal.
Yeah.
Like, it was just unbelievable, right? So, that's a great example. Get on the body, get the crowd into it early, and let's just feed off it.
There are early memories of back in 2003 when I went to some of these World Junior games with my old man, and some of the best memories were hits, not really goals. I don't really remember too many goals, but those 2-2-4 checks, those hits in the neutral zone, just good old, like you said, Canadian hockey. Some of the best memories that I have as a kid, because it unites a country, oddly enough. This country
perfect
loves
time
hockey.
of the year for it too. And a lot of people are off. Perfect time of the year for everybody to get together, and especially nowadays where there's so much hate and people bickering and fighting about everything. It's nice to have this. Everybody unites and let's just cheer on the boys. And yeah, last night wasn't the greatest. But to your point, this city, for some reason, I don't know what it is, they love physicality. Just blue collar, I guess, because I remember back in the days with Kevin Cormier, fighter from the Moose. This guy would come, he'd trip over the blue line, stand up, and the crowd would go crazy because he got back up on his skates. He'd only play about 2 minutes a game. They're just some about, there's certain cities that love that style. So if you bring it, you're just going to get a response from the crowd. Yeah. So
that's what the majority of my interest with this conversation we're having is the city of Halifax, because there's going to be a lot of people listening to this, and I want to know the heartbeat of the city right now. How much patience do we have? How much support are we giving these guys right now? Even though you're pissed off right now, a lot of guys weren't happy with what happened.
No.
Where's everyone's head at this morning waking up? Is it, I just wasted a bunch of money, or is it, these boys are going to come back and these boys are going to stand strong and represent that Maple Leaf proudly?
Well, I hope it would be the latter. You know what I mean? I think because I like I said, there's a difference, I think, between like reality and just like people who just want that quick, instant response. Like this is sucks. They suck. They're going to get relegated.
They're not going to medal.
Yeah.
There's some people commented on our Instagram. They're not going to medal.
Oh,
like,
I've seen that on Twitter, and then
Mr.
I've seen people, with the old, oh, this guy should have been on the team. This guy should have been on the team. And like I said, it's going to come with the territory for playing for this country at any level in hockey.
The pressure.
Exactly. But I mean, no, I hope it's the latter. I hope people just relax and let's see. Like I said, the tournament doesn't start to New Year's Eve when you get the Swedes. Like, let's relax here. We're probably going to be 2-1. Let's be honest. Go to the Swedes. Hopefully that game, maybe for first place if the Swedes can.
I got you.
Something. But yeah, I'm not too overly concerned. But like I said, it's cool seeing the city get airtime. What's another cool look for the city is where Edmonton did such a poor job attending the World Juniors last year. And then the year before that, when they had the regulations that got the tournament canceled. And then the year before that, they played in a bubble. So now this is the first city in, 4 years? Well, 3, I guess.
Where it's
crowd,
an actual
exactly.
World Junior crowd.
And I think that's so noticeable. You can see it from the TV coverage. You can tell by the returning players, the way they've talked about it. So that's a very good look for Halifax, too.
I got to figure out a ticket situation, so I got to call Dude. So I think it would be a great opportunity for the podcast right now just to get him on. Because we have to figure out the 2:30 game. He still wants to go. I want to sell the tickets, but we'll see. Can you hear that in your mic?
I can.
In your headphones?
I can.
It's 12:30 now.
Picks up.
Well, he's been texting me for the past 5 minutes. Yeah, he probably won't pick up. I'll call back.
So the first game's the Sweden-Germany game.
Swedes
Swedes looked really good yesterday.
So I was at a family party yesterday, and it was funny. There's like 3 rooms. It's like the living room, the kitchen, the dining room. All the guys just in the living room.
Oh, yeah.
All the wives and the girlfriends and the just cooking. And
Yeah.
we're all just sitting there. Oh, boys, it's going to be a good tournament.
It truly is crazy how much people take to this tournament. I mean, even in the Austria-Sweden game, the first game, people behind us were watching the Switzerland-Finland game on their phone because it was overtime. Yeah, and they were all jocked up when Biasca scored. And then same thing, all you hear in the upper bowl during the start of the Canada game was like the American score line going around and people like, oh, the U.S. won. So yeah, people are super, super stoked for this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
And it's definitely, like I said, it hit me that Sweden-Austria attendance yesterday, that crowd. Like, that was pretty cool to see that many people.
That was the topic of conversation during the dinner party yesterday.
Oh,
it was just how many people
yeah.
were there for a 2:30 game on Boxing Day. Most people have family dinners, but everyone was there.
And I would say 99% of those players involved in that game never played in a bigger crowd in their lives.
I also could say that for the Czech Republic team yesterday in front of Canada.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of those guys had cages on, so they're 16,
100%.
17, and they're looking up all the way to the top row. They're going, there's 10,000 people
I'll tell you
here.
right now, even the guys like David Yurchik, who plays in the American Hockey League, he might not have played in front of a crowd like that this year in the AHL. Yeah. So, I mean, cool seeing the Moosehead kids score, too, for the Czechs last night.
It was cool.
That was cool.
That was cool.
Mean, it's nice seeing the local boys, the Moose guys, do well at these tournaments.
Yeah.
So, it did suck. Dume didn't make it. Or LaRue. I was hoping LaRue was going to get at least an invite to camp because he was dynamite since he came back from his injury.
LaRue's gritty. Some people call, he's just that gritty guy.
No,
that
he does. He can get a little crazy out there
Little,
sometimes
yeah.
and get a little suspension.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not. I tell you right now, it's going to make the rest of this tournament even more intense, I think, for the fans.
Yes.
Because now they know nothing's a guaranteed.
Yes.
We're not guaranteed. And that's what I said to my buddy last night we were leaving. I was like, listen, everybody's so shocked.
Yeah.
Because everybody thinks, it shouldn't be a tight game to the semifinals.
I shouldn't have said this, but I said it on the drive down. I go, if Canada's down by 1 in the second, I'm kind of happy because it gives
the same thing.
But now I wish I didn't say it.
When the Czechs went up 2-1, I literally said to myself, okay, you know what? This isn't bad because now we should have a half decent hockey game. Yeah. Maybe Canada wins 5-2, but now we're going to have a. But then when it got 5-2, I was like, okay, this is a little sketchy now.
I got too cocky. You just,
but
you thought Canada was going to be too good. At least I did. Mark, it's okay.
And all these kids, all they've heard about
is how good they are.
All tournament or all pre-tournament.
And their whole life.
Yeah, this could be the best World Junior team since the one with Crosby and like Perry and Bergeron. I think it was 2005. They've heard that for the last 2.5 weeks. So maybe this is a reality check that, listen, this isn't, you got to go earn it. You're not just going to be,
You're not going to take
teams are going to roll over. And you're Canada, you're going to get team's best game every time you play them. So let's go here. Be prepared.
Did you see Bob McKenzie at all? Did you try to wait
I did.
for him?
So
Yeah.
well, I was outside waiting.
You're outside waiting.
I was getting my Uber home.
Oh. So you're waiting for Bob McKenzie?
Well, I was shocked how quick they left because I ran to Scotia Square to use the bathroom. I came out, I was waiting for my Uber on the side. I told you Gordon and MJ walked by me in Scotia Square. But Bob and Duffy, when I was sitting there, were walking on the opposite side of the street, walking down the street towards like the Tim Hortons and all that, like the boardwalk.
Yeah.
So my buddy goes, "There's Duffy and Bob." I go, "No, it's not." I look over and they're carrying. I was like, "You know what? That might be it." I just gave a Duffy. Didn't acknowledge me. And then they kept on going there. My buddy goes, "Bobby." And then both of them looked at each other. So they might have just chuckled and just kept on going on their way.
They're vets. They know not to
Well,
get,
I just said,
know.
Bobby don't go to stop and say hi to no one. But I'd like to see O-Dog. O-Dog's just a character.
Yeah, someone said he should put a Canadian earring in.
Yeah, I know. My buddy
Canadian
texted me last
pin.
night. He goes, "I didn't know O-Dog wore an earring." And I was like, "Yeah, I seen him in some of the Leafs broadcasts too." No, he just seems like a super funny dude.
Yeah,
but
I didn't
it's
know he was
cool.
here. That's great.
Yeah, I think he started doing the World Juniors like 2 years ago with TSN.
I love his takes.
Oh, I think he's hilarious. I actually just like the TSN crew, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, me too. They're less stiff than the Sportsnet crew,
Yeah,
I
and they
find.
just
a little
like
bit
they're
more,
they're kind of funny. They got a little
yeah.
personality, but it
Yeah.
was cool seeing all those guys that you watch throughout the year covering the Leafs and covering the NHL, seeing them just walk by and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it's cool just seeing them in your city. So hopefully, they have a great impression of the city.
Yeah.
I mean, the construction down there right now is ridiculous. I'm not sure why they planned on doing all that before the
Yeah.
World Juniors, but
It's a tough one.
yeah. And I'll tell you right now, how cool is it seeing the whole rink just in red?
Unbelievable.
Everybody's wearing something Canada. It's so
Unbelievable.
cool. It's so cool.
So I'll tell the guests at home about the jersey purchase. So I'm in the line to purchase a hoodie, actually. So I'm not going to get it, but I got a hoodie. And it was at a reasonable price. I was like, okay, wicked, I'll put that down. And then I saw the jersey, and I'm at the back of the line. I go, oh, $270. So I just go, no chance in hell. $270 for a Canada jersey. It's just not in the realm, not in the deck of cards right now. But as I get closer, you say, whoa, that 2 just turned into a 1. It's actually $170. So now I'm like 10. Now I'm like 10 people to the front till I got to make my purchase. So now the wheels are spinning. Okay, the hoodie plus the jersey. It's still a good amount of money, but like it's a nice jersey, and this tournament might not be back here for a while. And I got to the front and I just pulled the trigger. I just said I'll do it. But the 270 to 170, he's like, let's go.
Yeah, because to Belange's point, they're written down on like a piece of paper on the jersey. Like it's not a printed out thing.
No.
Like someone's marked it down with a marker,
And
so
it's
it's
small.
Yeah, so you can misinterpret the price either. Because when I walked by, and I seen 170. I thought there was something wrong. I was like, okay, maybe they're forgetting a 1 and it's 117. But
Yeah.
I see the Bedard jersey yesterday. I seen the Bedard ones for the first time yesterday.
They had them displayed.
Yeah, just like their
damn
little key. So I guess they must have waited for the tournament to put the player jerseys.
Yeah, I
on
got
still.
nothing on the back here.
I wonder if they could just do something for you there, because that's kind of shitty. Because I mean, when did you buy it on Friday against Finland?
The preseason, yeah.
That's not fair. You should be able to say, hey, like, can I don't know.
Can I exchange this?
Yeah, at the very least. But I'm gonna bite, I think, and buy a Bedard jersey, or I want to
Yeah.
buy one of those Canada Blazers that everybody's wearing.
Yeah.
Do you see them?
Yeah. The guy playing the guitar.
So there's a store in Scotia Square,
Okay.
and it's all the Blazers. And dude, there's tons of them, and they're only $100.
Oh yeah.
So I think you're going to see a lot more and more of them throughout the tournament. More people walk by his little kiosk and shop in Scotia Square because they're going to buy good price in there, like $50 for a hoodie.
No way.
Yeah, so I'm assuming he made them himself and just got someone to do them up. But
That's smart.
yeah, they're a cool little look, man. I like them. Undershirts in there.
Yes, I saw the
Dress-
black ones. Yeah. That's a good little business model.
Yeah,
I like
so the more
that.
people that go through the mall throughout the World Juniors, I think you're going to see a lot more of them rocking in the rink.
There's like a Duggars contest, like best dressed. The
Oh,
guy
the
wearing
Mountie
a
last
Mountie
night?
won. Did he win? The Mountie
I
guy?
think so. He had to have. That was, I mean, he was a little
Unbelievable.
buzzed up there in the third period. I don't think he realized he was back on the screen and his woos were getting pretty weak. But he looked awesome. He looked awesome in his Mountie uniform.
That's incredible. I hope. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. There's some great characters. Buddy with a drum in there.
Yeah, Buddy
wearing,
was
like,
dressed as
moose
a
hat.
lobster. Yeah, the guy who's dressed as like one of those Mexican, Lebo wrestler. I don't know what the hell they're called,
Yeah,
but dressed up as that.
Nacho Libre, Jack Black. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, that and I think the more, well, I'll tell you right now, New Year's Eve is going to be a gong show down there.
Oh yeah, that's the one game. See, dudes is
Comes back with the text.
He's saying I can go because he's working right now, and he's like, "There's no way I'll be able to get off for 2:30."
Oh,
But the
so
game
that's why
won't
it's
really start till 3, maybe 2:45.
Well, if you guys are you guys planning to stay between the games?
Yeah, well now probably, but I kind of wanted to stay and like edit this. But
That's-
then I don't know.
That's the thing too, because when you're down there between games, you gotta be careful because I mean the money's gonna add up quick.
Yeah, but I live right here. It's
That's
like,
true. So it's a quick little jaunt home for you.
yeah,
and
it's
then,
like 10 minutes.
yeah,
How much time in between games?
It's 2:30 to 7:30. 2:30 is the first game. 7. So it's got to be at least 2 hours between.
I think that's time to get home to make some food.
Oh yeah,
maybe take a shower and
like
head
you said,
back.
Who knows? The Swedes might be up 7-0, and you can dip at like the 7-minute mark of the third period. Beat traffic.
How much time are we at right now?
44 minutes.
We're at 44 minutes right now. So you're not going to the 2:30 game, eh? Here.
No, I was telling Mark beforehand. I think I'm just gonna probably head down and watch the doubleheaders when Canada's playing. I know tomorrow night Canada's the only game in town.
Yeah.
And then the next day, though, the afternoon game's the Swedes and Czechs. So that's going to be a good one. And then Canada and Austria that night. But I think that's probably my plan, is just heading down on the days Canada plays. And then if I can, I know I sold my afternoon tickets, I was telling you, for today.
Yeah.
So
how much you sell them for, if you don't mind
I
me
just
asking?
get 25 because
25 a ticket?
I know they were selling for 40, and it was my buddy who wanted them. So it's like
Where are you sitting, if you don't mind me asking?
36.
36. How many rows up, if you don't?
Probably 12.
12. Okay.
Yeah, it's not too. You can still see about eight or 9 rows of the other side of the building.
We put ours up for 50 a pop, and we're 4 rows up in the middle in the upper bowl.
Yeah, like if I was giving it to just some random people, that's what I would do.
Oh, sorry, you just gave them away to like a buddy.
Yeah, I should say 25 for the both,
sorry,
so I got
okay.
50. Yeah, no,
Sorry.
if I was doing that, but I just plan on going to so many of them. It's like I just don't how many people are going to buy.
Yeah,
you know.
But at the end of the day, like, I understand. I don't want to go to every game, but it's good hockey. Like, I don't care if it's Canada or not. It's just good hockey. It's a lot of fun to watch.
It's funny you say that because my cousin there, he was at the game last night, the afternoon game, and he texted me during the game, and I didn't know he was at the game, and he goes, "This is actually and the game was a blowout. He goes, "This is actually very, very fun to watch." And I always say this because I know there's a difference between hockey fans and NHL fans. Because I know a lot of NHL fans just strictly watch the NHL and don't really pay a whole lot of attention. Now, they probably will the World Juniors, but not much more, amateur level. This is junior hockey at its finest is so exciting because there's still mistakes out there. There's still scoring opportunities. These kids don't lock a game down when it's a 2-goal lead. It's just if you just love the game of hockey, it's such a pure form of the game.
Well said. If you love the game of
Yes,
hockey.
it's awesome.
Yes, it's great.
Yeah, it's like Memorial Cup hockey. Like, it's just, there's nothing... I think it's just the purest form of the game. There's still mistakes end to end, so I don't think you really get that boring game.
Well, here's what I said to dudes. I haven't been to an NHL game in 3-4 years. So I obviously watch it on TV, but TV doesn't do it justice. But up close, I think the best hockey game I've ever seen in my life, and it wasn't even that good of a game, but was Canada-Finland. The amount of skill, the amount of trust that these players had on their backhand in the neutral zone, trying to get offensive zone.
The skills
entry.
elite.
The confidence that's even let's put Bedard on the back burner here. Just the other guys on the team. The confidence with the puck that these guys have at high speed, Coleman. They're not just coasting into the blue line trying to get off.
Their feet are moving.
Their feet are moving.
Yes.
Their head is on a swivel, and their stick confidence is through the roof. It was the best hockey game.
They're elite players.
In terms of skill, best hockey I've seen in my life.
The Sweden
Dudes
game.
is calling here, so we're gonna debate the 2:30. Hey, what's up?
What up?
You're on the podcast right now. Coleman's going. You're up to the microphone.
Coleman.
Doodle-ay.
Man, I love that guy. Guy's got a nose for the net.
Dudes, I was telling everybody I seen at the game last night that was you in the white uniform as the camera guy. And I take a cut like
spreading that.
Riggis thought it was true. Tim Sullivan thought it was true. Everybody thinks you're the camera guy now at the World Juniors.
All right, well, it is me, just so everybody listening knows. It is me. And I'll be back for the next game. I got a game off here today, but it is me.
Rest up those legs, buddy. You're buzzing out there. It looks good.
It has my stride. It's been looking pretty good. I have been working on it.
No, the form's sweet. That's all. That's talked about in the upper bowl is how you buzzing around out there.
Doodly.
Well, there wasn't much else to talk about last night, was there?
No, that's a very fair point. There wasn't a whole lot at all.
So what are we doing? Are we going or no?
Well, I'm going to be off after this order here, so we could go down, or maybe we can go dominate some kids in the accuracy shooting at the convention center or something.
Oh, yeah, I never thought of that. Get my confidence up.
You're a little low in the confidence department right now.
Well, I think the whole country is. I think the whole country is. Yeah, it's not the best.
You need to see some pucks go in the net.
You got to get a job skating in the white uniform with me, buddy.
This
tag team.
All right, so what would your plan be right now? Would we go you'd come here, then we just go right there, or I'd meet you down there.
No, I can come get you, man. I mean, it's Germany, Sweden. I'm Canadian. I don't really care that much about them, but we have the tickets, so we might as well go. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I got some half-ass offer for the tickets, so.
Okay, well, I'll give you a call after this. We're wrapping it up here, and then I'll give you a call and we'll figure it out. But I'm down to go. I just want to get this done.
Sounds good, man.
All right, I'll talk to you. You want to say bye to the listeners, Coleman?
I'll see you on the ice. All right, dudes. I'll see you tomorrow night at the game, buddy.
Sounds good, brother. I can't wait.
I can't wait neither.
Yeah.
Drive safe.
Drive safe.
Yeah, so there's a camera guy. I'm sure you guys see on the TV.
No, we want to get him on the podcast.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I noticed him in the warm-ups of the early game. This dude gets in the lineup. He's like, you know how you get the 3 lines come in and just rip shots at the goalies.
Yeah.
He'll get in line with them and skate down and videotape. Like, this guy gets watch him in warm-up. People see him in the game. His finest work is in the warm-up.
Really?
Oh, dude, he goes end to end, getting both teams. He's like in the drills with them. They're going around the circle. He'll buzz around the circle and get action shots. It's phenomenal.
You know what the best Selly of all time would be? Because he comes out of the penalty box when a team scores. So if it was a defenseman from the point that gets a nice goal, his best Selly would be to turn around, get the white guy, and bring him in the Selly with the boy. So all the boys Selly with him.
Yes.
That would be the best Selly of all time.
Everybody start going towards the penalty box.
Yeah.
So when he comes out, you all surround
So
him.
there's 6 guys right there, just all around him. That would be the best.
Someone
that would
has
be
to
amazing.
organize that.
Yeah.
That would be this guy's dynamite. Yeah, Ricketts couldn't believe it. I was like, no, dude, I'm dead serious. Ricketts like, get out. Yeah. I was like, no, man, that's dudes. He's like, oh my god.
Yeah, they hired him from High Button. Yeah, he's out there.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, the guy got the white skates on. No, it's
it's quite a performance.
Yeah, I don't
know if you noticed, but his knees are always bent. His ass is low.
Well, man, look like it might be a heavy camera. That's a big camera he's carrying around.
It is.
I don't know if people on TV can't see necessarily how big it is, but
I know the camera that he's using, and let's just say
it's a heavy one.
It's a heavy one.
Yeah,
it's the ones that like CBC uses for the
broadcast. That's what it looks
like. But instead of having it on, he's right down.
Yeah, yeah. No, he's crazy. And another thing that's pretty cool, if any of you guys going to the games, if you go early, the warm-ups that some of the European countries do are hilarious. Sweden at the end of their warm-up has a straight-up shootout.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious. The Austrians blew me away. At the end of their warm-up, the 2-on-1s you do.
Yeah.
These boys are setting each other up for one-timers, and they're ripping them by the goalie's ear. So I look at my buddy, and I go, well, 29 must be the backup for Austria. I mean, this is unbelievable. He got hit in the head twice in warm-up. No, he's the starting goalie. They come out at the end of warm-up, and I guess it's like, okay, you had your warm-up. Now it's our time for us to have our warm-up. Watch next time if you go down and watch. When Canada plays Austria, get down there for warm-up tomorrow night. Watch the Austrians at the end of warm-up, how much they rip the puck at their goaltender. It blew. I was laughing. I couldn't believe it. It's unbelievable.
Okay,
One-timers, crossbar off his fucking head. It's crazy.
I'm headed down tomorrow, so I'll see it. If I can get in early enough. But yeah.
I know those lineups are crazy. You guys got to get down early so you can get in.
Early?
Yeah, man. Those lineups to get into the camp. Like, I was shocked last night because I had it back over like 6:30, and I was like, okay. I was in that lineup for probably about 15 minutes.
We just went over to Orso, the bear bar, and we just waited it out.
I see there's a place down there to give them. The ushers are giving out the cards last night. Buy a pizza, get a free one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forget the name of the place. I'll give you.
I love
know
pizza.
What it is. Yeah, it'd be a good spot to go to in between games.
Yeah.
Get a free pizza. But yeah, no, I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I know you're excited. I love running into all the people.
Yeah, I heard you had a little bit of a fame happening.
Oh yeah.
What's going on? People are saying Coleman.
So it started with a truck driver from work.
Yeah.
Came in the other day. Shout out to that guy, cool dude. And he's like, "When's the next time you're going to be on the pod?" He knows Doerle.
Okay.
So I was talking to him. He's like, "I like when you're on there." It's like, "Thanks, but I appreciate it." Last night, trying to get into the Canada game, talking to the guy in front of me, and he was like, "Hey, you were on the high button. Hey, I recognize your voice." So he must be a pretty loyal listener, Belanger.
Wow.
So you got one there. And then Tony, the Max physio guy, I don't know his name. You would know his name.
Yeah, Mitch.
Yeah, so he came down the aisle and he's noticed me and he's like, "Hey, you're on the high button." He told me who he was and he said his old man was the president of the Lumberjacks when Dudes was playing there.
No way.
So I was like, fuck, your old man must have got some phone calls from around town about Doerle then. So yeah, no, it's I mean, Halifax is such a small city, and I mean, we all grew up playing hockey, so it's really cool seeing old parents that you played with and old guys you played with, you went to school with.
Yeah.
It's a
family reunion.
Honest to God, I see so many people. And it's funny with hockey families, you might not see someone for 10 years. You see them, it's like you just pick up right where you left off.
It's the best.
It's a unique bond.
It's not even a how are you. It's like, how did that thing go the other day? Like, you just know about it. Yeah.
No, it's cool seeing all the people again. It's going to be so fun. I mean, we've only had one day of it.
I know. We're just getting started.
Yeah, so pace yourself.
Go, Canada, go.
Yeah, we got to get a better Unite chant for that.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah.
It was just hard yesterday.
Yeah.
No one's really up.
No, you got to give us something to cheer about at the end of the day too, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. Excited for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Germany tomorrow. I keep saying Austria. It's Germany tomorrow, isn't it?
It is Germany tomorrow, yeah.
So it's going to be Thursday.
That's going to be a
We'll
tough
have some
game,
warm-up.
man. Germany.
Hey, Germany's
Well,
no.
I'm going to see Germany play now, so I'll get a little
Get a
scouting
scouting
report. Yeah.
Send us out what you like, what
Okay.
you don't like.
Okay, I'll get a report to you.
Yeah.
And break it down.
Yeah,
and then we'll go from
good.
there. All right.
No, it's going to be fun. So everybody go into the two games, enjoy. It's going to be a fun and unique experience for the next, 12, 13 days, whatever
It's going to be a great time.
Yeah. So
All right.
Canada U.S. gold medal would be sweet. Can you imagine that rink on a? I think the 5th is a Thursday too, so people would probably just take a vacation day on Friday. Who has to go
I
work.
know. I know people who are just talking to their boss and saying,
Yeah.
"Look, it's not
If you're-
Friday's not. I'm not human Friday.
And if you're an employer
They're not coming in.
and you have a beef with one of your employees wanting the Friday off, if they're at the game, shame on you. Shame on you.
I gave everyone the day off Friday.
I would hope the whole crew.
Yeah, everyone's off. Everyone do what you want.
Belanger knows what's up. That's why he's wearing that Canada jersey.
Yeah.
So.
Man of the people. All right, we gotta wrap this up. I gotta make a decision. Coleman, can't thank you enough, brother.
No, thank you, boys. It's fun being on. Happy holidays to everyone.
I'm probably gonna see you in the next 24 hours at the rink. So,
Oh yeah.
everyone listening, let's keep a positive mindset.
Spirits up.
Spirits up. It's just one game, like Mark and Tyler said. This is just the beginning. We got 13, 14 more days of this. Keep the spirits up. The boys are going to be fine. The best hockey in the world is in our backyard.
Right.
And let's enjoy this experience, okay? Go Canada, go.
Go
We are
Canada,
out.
go.
Here we go. We're out. Peace.
Oh.
Incredible. People needed to hear that.
Yeah, dude. I was like, man, like
Yeah.
a lot of people. So you.